Hey guys, Constance here. Welcome back to Good Light Farm. So it's actually after sunset. It's almost dark, but I just wanted to come out here real quick. Today is, for me, it is Tuesday, and I actually just finished making dinner. I made a super easy recipe. Oh, there are some, pardon the noise, there's some like really big vehicles out over yonder somewhere, and they are loud, so if you hear that rumbling, please ignore it. Anyways, we are continuing the Feast on Unleavened Bread, which started off with the Feast of Passover. And so I've been experimenting with different ways that I can use matzah, which is an unleavened, unyeasted bread. It's kind of like a giant saltine cracker. And it's been a lot of fun doing these. Yesterday, or this morning for me, I shared a video and a recipe for the easiest pizza on the planet using matzah. It takes like 2 minutes to put it together, 10 minutes tops to bake it, and in under 15 minutes you have a meal, whether it's a lunch or a dinner or even an afternoon snack. It's super, super easy. I have a dessert recipe that I have made. I haven't blogged it or shared a video or anything yet. It's really good, but it is really hard to get out of the pan. If I can get a decent piece out to get a good photo, I will share that with all of you guys. Otherwise, it may have to wait until the next time I do it, so I can try it again and get a better version that I can get some good photos of it. But it was really, really good, and Mr. Smith absolutely loves it. Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun experimenting with those this year. And just trying new ways of getting creative using matzah. And so for dinner tonight, I actually made a kind of like a casserole recipe, and I guess you could call it a cross between baked macaroni and cheese and lasagna, because it's layered sort of like lasagna, but instead of noodles you use matzah crackers. And to make it, I preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and then I greased a 9x13 pan. I beat together 2 cups of milk, 3 eggs, and some salt and pepper, and poured those into a shallow pan, just a square baking pan, something that I could fit some matzah sheets into. And so I dipped the matzah into that, coated it with it, both sides, and then I layered them in my baking dish that I had prepared. I did a layer of the dipped matzah. I spread on some sour cream, sprinkled it with a blend of shredded cheeses. I used a variety that has multiple different kinds of cheddar cheese, and I just repeated those layers until I had done 4 layers, and then I took the remainder of the egg wash and I just poured it all over the top. And now we have a plane flying overhead. Really? I mean, I'm trying to film here, people. Pardon the noise. What can I say? Real life. Anyways, I covered it with foil, baked it for 35 minutes, removed the foil, baked for 5 more minutes, and took it out of the oven, and it smells amazing. I haven't even dove into it yet. It's kind of cooling down a little bit there in the kitchen. Let me turn this way a little bit because I am losing light. And so that was, or will be, dinner tonight. Today was a busy day today. I actually had a doctor's appointment with a specialist. I don't like sharing a ton of things about personal stuff like that on my channel. However, this may affect my filming schedule for a little bit. So I just want to kind of give you a heads up about that. I've mentioned briefly here and there in the past that I've had a history of kidney stones, and I have a very large one living in my right kidney that I actually decided that maybe I should name it because it's been there for so long and causing me misery. So I went in and saw a specialist today, and turns out that kidney stone is almost double the size that we thought it was, and it was insanely big to begin with. And so I'm going in for some more testing tomorrow. I should be able to get a video up tomorrow, so that shouldn't affect my schedule at this point yet. But I'm going in for some more testing, and once the results for that test come back, the part that will probably interfere with my video schedule is it looks like I am going to need surgery, because it's that big. So and that's, believe it or not, I think this is actually good news, because I have been dealing with this kidney stone for years, and it causes me a lot of pain. Some days it's all I can do to function. It's so painful. The doctors that I had gone to in the past just dismissed me every time, telling me that it wasn't blocking anything and therefore there was nothing they could do about it. I changed doctors a few months ago, and her answer was completely different. And now I'm seeing specialists, and now it's going to be taken care of. And so my years of sometimes excruciating pain look like they will be coming to an end. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. I know it's going to mean some downtime. It's going to mean recovery time, but in the end, I think it's definitely going to be worth it. I went over the options with the doctor today, and there is another procedure that they could do to get it out of there, but it's not guaranteed to work. Whereas if I make the decision to go ahead and do the surgery, then it is guaranteed to work and the pain will end. So, yes, at least as far as my kidney pain goes. I am still dealing with issues with my neck. A lot of the issues I was having with my spine have been resolved thanks to my chiropractor that I've been going to. However, the issues with the bone spurs and the problem that I'm having up in here that causes me more pain has not yet been resolved. We've been fighting with my insurance company to cover some stuff, and they have finally agreed to cover the testing that I need to figure out what's going on there. Anyways, I hate talking about this kind of stuff, but like I said, it may affect my schedule with what I do here, and so, you know, I see you guys, my YouTube friends here, as just that, and I do feel accountable to you when it comes to my schedule and putting up videos and all of that. And so when there is something that may interfere with that at some point, I do want to keep you apprised of that. So, but with that, I am going to go ahead and wrap this up, because clearly it is almost dark. It is about 20 minutes past sunset, and so it is going to be too dark for the camera here momentarily. So I'm going to head into the house and enjoy dinner. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me here again in the greenhouse for a few minutes. My name is Constance at A Good Life Farm, and I'll talk to you all next time.